Hey everybody, this is Dave here at Pulp Alley, and today we are talking about the Pulp Alley tabletop adventure game. Specifically for this video, we're going to do a short summary of the turn sequence. Going to go through it pretty quick, not going to touch on a lot of detail, but just a real quick summary. So there is a really cool summary on this bookmark here. You have the start of turn, you have the action sequence, and then you have the end of the turn. Those are the three basic sections of the game. So at the start of the turn, that's when the players draw cards and you resolve any other start of turn effects. So if you have something that says in the scenario, or if you have an ability that says it occurs at the start of a turn, then that's when that would be resolved after you draw cards. After everything's taken care of there, then you move on to the action sequence. For the action sequence, broken up into direct and act. So whichever player is currently the director will pick one player to activate a character. So Pulp Alley doesn't use like a silly draw a button out of a bag or, flip over cards to find out who goes. It's actually the players that get to decide that. It's much more engaging when players have a choice to make rather than just randomly determining what happens. It's a lot of fun when you actually get to think about the game rather than just rolling a dice or pulling a button out of a bag. After the player picks which side they want to have activate, then that player picks one of their ready characters to activate. So let's say we chose to activate Phantom Ace here. The first thing that Phantom Ace can do is move. After he moves, he could perform an action or he could attack an enemy, and that is the sequence. What if this box sitting at his feet here was a plot point? Well, maybe he could go up there and try and take control of that plot point. Or he could move up there and attack one of these enemies in front of him. After you resolve an action or a fight, then that character's activation ends, and whoever is currently the director then continues on with the action sequence and picks another player to activate. Could be the same player, could be themselves. Whoever they pick, that player then activates one of their ready characters. And then after all of the characters have had an activation and done whatever they're going to do for that turn, we move on to the end of turn, and that's when each injured character gets to roll a recovery check. So really nice. This, if you have one of these little bookmarks, on the other side, it also has the fight modifier. So really handy little reference. You don't need a lot to play Pulp Alley. Now, obviously, there's a lot more to the game than what we went through there, but that's the basic summary of the game. Start of turn. Then you go into the action sequence. The director picks who activates a character. That player then activates one of their characters, performs that activation, and after it's done, whichever player is now currently the director picks the next player that's going to activate, and so on until all of the characters have activated or until there's no longer a ready character in play. That ends the turn, and you move on to the end of turn sequence. At the end of the turn, each injured character gets to roll for a recovery check, and then you also resolve anything that happens at the end of the turn. So again, if you have an ability or a special scenario rule that occurs at the end of the turn, it would happen after the recovery checks are rolled for. If you have any questions, be sure and leave a comment down below. While you're at it, make sure you get subscribed to our little channel, hit the like button and the bell, and we will see you very soon. Bye, everybody.